Ladies and gentlemen, here's where it gets good. Carson Wentz commented on Ursay and the Colts comments about, letting him go and how the season went and everything. And Carson Wentz had a lot to say, and I have it right here on my phone. So, let's hop into it, shall we? Carson Wentz starts off with the formal statement talking about he's still surprised, even though to this day, how it ended. And he goes on and quotes from the Colin Cowherd podcast. He says, I didn't expect things to unfold the way they did. Of course, he's talking about how the season. I thought things were in a pretty good place there. I had awesome relationships with every single person in that building. I can't say enough good things about how the people over there, it kind of came out of left field. So this is pretty much him responding to what Ursay and how they felt about the trade and everything, how the season went. Of course, he didn't expect Ursay to, just throw him under the bus and pretty much tell him that it didn't pan out. It wasn't the best fit for the Colts. I mean, Ursay wasn't lying. I mean, kind of went out and didn't make the playoffs. We lost to the Jaguars at the end of the season. Like, come on. Like, really? And you didn't have the best year either, Carson. Just being honest here. I mean, we all were upset. We kind of still are upset about this season, so I'm not mad about that. Moving forward. We're going to keep going, scrolling down, talking about the loss against the Jaguars, yada, yada, yada. Apparently moving on from Wentz was a necessity. He said, I think the worst thing you could do is have a mistake and try to keep living with it going forward. And this is Ursay talking later on and explaining the story about the whole Carson Wentz trade. That's pretty much right. He said, for us, it was something we had to move away from as a franchise, and it was very obvious. I mean, I could have told you that. Ursay. I think every Colts fan at the end of that season wanted you to get rid of Carson Wentz. I think everybody felt the same way. Of course, you still had the some was like, oh, running back, it was a bad year. But, I mean, with his habits, I don't think it was going to change. I mean, Washington, they got them a quarterback, but, hey, kudos to you. May the best person win. You have a great season with Carson Wentz. I hope he figures it all out. But, you kick a horse a few times and it still does the same thing. That means the horse is no good. So, hey, I'm not calling Carson Wentz a horse. I'm just saying, if you got bad habits, you can't break it. You're just going to keep having bad habits. Moving on, shall we? Talking about after Carson Wentz got shipped to the trade, he said, Carson Wentz said, it is what it is. Everyone is entitled to their own opinion. Of course. He said, I thought last year was a really fun year. I thought we did some incredible things, but we came up short at the end. Obviously, I struggled down the stretch there, and the timing was poor. No kidding, Carson. Yeah. Did we have a fun season? Of course, we had some primetime games. Michael Pittman Jr. flashed against the 49ers. You had a few big plays when you broke a sack and then you ran up the middle of the field. Of course, it was gutsy, but you did it anyway. We beat the Cardinals on Christmas. Yeah, the season was fun. But we didn't make the playoffs. It was not fun anymore. I was not having a blast, Carson. I was not. I was very upset. He's talking about his Colts win, of course, all of that stuff. Then, Washington welcomed him into his new home, and now he's excited about how that's going. Of course, he's on TikTok with the play with McKissick and all of that good stuff. I mean, from that play that I seen on TikTok, it looked like Carson Wentz is still doing the same thing. I'm surprised he hit the check down. I mean, it is practice, but, hey, it is what it is. I'm not shocked. Like I said, I wish the best of luck for Carson. I really do. It's unfortunate that it didn't work out the way it did in Indy, but, hey, man, it was time to go. You had your 1-year lease. You got sent off, and we got Matt Ryan in return, and I am totally thankful of it. A lot of people think that they're the same quarterbacks. I think this season is going to tell a lot of people otherwise, because I think Matt Ryan could do a few things that Carson Wentz didn't do. Check down and feed Naheem Hines. But that's all I got for you guys. You guys let me know your thoughts about the statements that Carson Wentz made about Ursay and management. How you think the season will. Let me know your thoughts about how do you think Carson Wentz will do next season. All these things in the comment section. This is Marcus, and until next time, you've been Culture Shock.